Hello everyone! I have been building a house inspired by the Pastel Pop Kit during this month of April. I decorated each room individually on my shorts, and now we're going to be putting it together as an actual house in this video. I built this house for two sisters who are into music, art and design, and cats. I used furniture, wallpapers and other decorations that were fun and colorful on each of these 7 rooms, and I decided to go with black flooring and black accent walls so that all the colors would really pop. If you would like to watch each room coming together, I have a playlist of those shorts linked down in the description, and let's just go ahead and start putting this build together. So the first thing I did was to separate all the rooms by floor, so I decided to have all the bedrooms and the bathroom on the top floor. There's actually only 2 bedrooms. And then I decided to have the kitchen, the living room and the dining room as well as the office on the ground floor. So now I am trying to find a way to have them in a way so that the doors and windows would make sense, which wasn't as difficult as it normally is when I am doing this room by room series of houses. I decided that I would have a bump out so that these arches would be facing each other, and I also rearranged the paintings slightly on the dining room, and I just created a hallway in here. It's not going to stay this way because I didn't like how it looked like a set of stairs. So I ended up having it be the same as the other wall that has the living room, and now I am just deciding that this is going to be the size of the downstairs. And then I remembered that I hadn't added a staircase, so I just added it in between the dining room and the office, and at some point along the way some of the decorations on the wall from that office got eliminated, so I will try to remember to add those before I upload this. And if you would like to download this build, it's going to be on the gallery under my ID, which is brand new, and I will also have that link down in the description. Now I'm just adding some doors to this space. I don't actually end up having both of these doors be the same because I ended up having a small half bath here in the downstairs, which was something that I really liked because I don't usually like having houses that have only 1 bathroom if they are 2-level houses, because sometimes I feel like my Sims are not going to be able to hold it for long enough so that they don't wet themselves before they reach the bathroom. So what I did was that I have that half bath downstairs and I have this large bathroom upstairs. And this is actually a much larger bathroom than I normally build for my houses. If I was building this the way I normally would, I would probably have added 2 full bathrooms upstairs, maybe 2 ensuites, I don't know. And I actually really liked the way that this layout came out. I build one house using this method every month. They don't normally come out looking as normal as this one did on the outside. I really love building in this way because I get to really pay a lot of attention to each of the rooms. I build them all at the same time, so I really take my time, and I also always have the big picture available all the time. It's something I really enjoy, but sometimes they do look very weird on the outside, unless I get a lot of hallway space to even out the size of the house. But in this house that wasn't as necessary as it normally is, and I really enjoyed it. And I did actually have a lot of trouble with this roofing. I cut out a lot of that process because I didn't like the way that these bump outs weren't roofing themselves the way that I wanted to. So what I ended up doing was that I ended up using several pieces of the roof so that I would be able to only have the roof on top of whatever actually needed that roof. I'm not sure if I am explaining this correctly, but hopefully you will be able to see what I mean. And I did really like how that really worked out. I think I managed to have a covered porch on the front and on the back, and mostly it just looks like a normal house, which was something that I really liked, and it's not so huge, I think. It's not small by any means, it's about 200 tiles, so definitely not a tiny house, but it's kind of big for only 2 Sims. And I wanted the outside to really match the inside of this, so I wanted to have all those black accents, and I wanted to have some fun colors, and I didn't really love this pink, so I eventually decided to turn it into a green siding, and I also moved it to Coppperdale so that it would be on a lot that actually fit this house, because that other lot was huge, and that's useful for filming the shorts, but it was just ridiculous for a house of this size. So now I have it in here, and the reason why I chose this world was because I wanted it to be on some sort of regular neighborhood with houses that looked similar to it, and I really liked that Coppperdale has the pier and the bubble tea shop and all of these really beautiful and colorful things, so I felt that it would be fitting for a house that uses so much of high school years to be here. And I really liked how I also added these flower boxes here on the front of the house. They are from Discover University and they come in the perfect colors for this house, and I also really wanted to have a couple of bikes there in the front because they are very beautiful. These ones have these really cute painted on details, and I thought that was just adorable. And here in the backyard I have this black picket fence, which I was very happy to see that it came in black. It comes in a lot of colors, but black was the one that I felt matched this the best. There wasn't any light green, so I didn't use that. And I decided to have a gardening area here as well as a grill and some space to it. I am using these really cute pink plastic chairs from Forent, and I picked this outdoor table with the pink flamingos and the green. I didn't want the outside to be so plain, but at the same time I feel that it is able to sort of fade into the, well, not into the background, but I think that it doesn't stand out too much in here, so it still looks like it fits. And one thing that I really liked to do was adding these flower string lights. They have these very cute bright colors. I added them on top of these spandrels, so I thought that it just looked really cute. Both the spandrels and the fences that I'm using are from Seasons. So this was just really perfect because sometimes you will find that the columns do not come in the colors that you wanted them to. I am actually using some columns from Vampires, I think. But yes, some of the stuff from Cats and Dogs, for example, doesn't have a black swatch, but I think that this really turned out well. And now I am just adding some more lighting on the front of the house with more string lights, and then some rugs and stuff here in the backyard. I am using a lot of the backyard stuff bags, and since I just really wanted to add a lot of pink stuff in here, I am using those planters from City Living from the Romance Festival that has those beautiful flowers. And I also wanted to have that bar, which I think is from Get Together, which has the freezer bunnies that I thought was a very cute detail. Now we're just working on that half bath that, just as the bathroom upstairs, uses only Pastel Pop and Parenthood, so that's why I have a base game toilet, even if I much prefer the tiny living one that also comes in black. And that's why the sink and the mirror are also from Parenthood, which I felt really worked out well, even if this house uses almost all of the bags that I own, which aren't all the bags, by the way. I really liked that I just kept the bathrooms limited back just because I could. But now we're working on this hallway, which is, I think, pretty cute, but it did take me a very long time to figure out what I wanted in here. I cut out a lot of that process, but I basically just have these shelving unit from high school years, as well as the rug that's also from that back. And I also added some rugs from Cats and Dogs so that the house would be able to stay a bit cleaner. And yeah, I just added also a mirror from Jungle Adventure because I tried to add the one from high school years, but it was a bit too bulky, I thought. And this one is still pretty big, but it just leans against the wall, so I felt that it made a bit more sense, and it was black, so I thought that was cute. There's a few swatches in that mirror that are pink and I think blue or green, and I maybe could have tried to use those, but they aren't. The paint is a bit chipped, so that's not a look that I wanted in here, which is why I am using a mirror. The mirror from the downstairs bathroom is purple because there's also a few, I think also pink and blue swatches that are chipped. So I just wanted this to look like very neat, and I thought that this seems really liked their aesthetics to be very clean and everything like very precise, even if this is just incredibly colorful. So I liked that, and I just decided to add a whiteboard downstairs so that it looked like it would be a bit more functional. And now we are just working a bit on the upstairs and deciding to change this roof a bit so that it would make sense with the windows that I added, and this is what I came up with. It doesn't really look so asymmetrical because I think that I did a good job at matching these roof pieces. And it actually, I don't show it, but I made that gabled roof on the back match with the other pieces of the roof so that you don't see that like hard line just ending. And now we're just going to be working inside in the upstairs in this hallway, just adding one of those pet habitats. This is I think it's called a bubulus. It's one of the void critters, I think. It's purple and it's kind of like the size of a hamster, but it's not a hamster. Yeah, maybe I'm the only one who doesn't know what that animal is, but it really confused me when I saw it, but I felt that since this house was so whimsical, that it would fit the vibe of it, and I just decided to add some more seating as well as a bookshelf and a keyboard, which came in really cute colors, so I really liked that, and I felt that it was just a very cute space. And since there's only one office, but one of the sisters has a desk in her room, I thought that maybe that's the sister who plays the keyboard, so that's why the other one does get to have the office, because I was thinking that that sister was the older one and she's a designer, so she needs like that space to work, and the other sister is probably more into music, and that's what made the most sense for her. And I actually really enjoyed making the sisters as well. You were able to watch them in the intro of this video. But that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to have this house available for download on the gallery under my ID, which is Verania. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time.